Our 2022 Access Playground residency aims to create opportunities for artists with disabilities/disabled artists to develop their creative practice and explore new ideas. Through financial support, development space, dramaturgical guidance, engagement with fellow artists, and artist-led sessions to support sustainability in practice. Since 2004, Access has worked to develop and produce new writing and theatre making, locally, nationally, and internationally, while also facilitating the growth of hundreds of artists through our many programmes and initiatives. We're proud to be a cultural hub on the north side of Dublin, where artists and the public gather together to encounter new work and new ideas. The Access Playground residency offers artists the chance to make time for their work, to get feedback, to access the facilities of the building, and to build a professional network. It is an investment in process. Bursaries cannot be used to fund training, accommodation, equipment purchasing, or productions. So what do you get? Bursary funding of €5,000, access budget of up to €1,000, and up to €2,000 worth of support in kind as follows. Dramaturgical support and feedback with the Access Pop-Up Lit Department via lead artist Aoife Splan Hinks, subject to an agreed number of sessions. Engagement with the Access Green Arts Department via lead artist Maeve Stone, subject to an agreed number of sessions. This includes artist support in considering how their practice might evolve to become more sustainable and adaptive. Development time in Access studio spaces and/or the theatre, subject to availability and restrictions. A remote or hybrid residency is possible for artists who would prefer this option. A brief headshot session in Access with photographer Babs Staley, if required. Access will cover this cost. Individual membership of theatre form for 1 year. Access will cover this cost. The opportunity to showcase your work if you wish. This showcase may be digital or in person, and combined with other showcasing artists, depending on availability and government guidelines. Rehearsal space, up to an agreed amount, if required. Hot desk space, subject to availability and restrictions, if required. Advice from Access production, sales, and tech team, if required. Technical support for showcasing where feasible. The opportunity to attend a session with Access's pop-up green lead artist Maeve Stone, or self-scanning your practice with a view making it more sustainable or adapting its climate impact. And invites to Access and other productions, artist gatherings, and networking opportunities. Access Playground is for artists based in Ireland who identify as disabled/having a disability and who have at least some professional experience or training, but their work need not necessarily have been professionally produced by an arts organisation. While the programme is primarily focused on performing arts disciplines, there may be some scope to support artists who wish to engage with other art forms. Should you wish to nominate someone to draft your application with or for you, please note that the application should be in your name. Please tell us also who drafted it with or for you. We especially welcome applicants who identify intersex with the following areas. Artists from communities who are underrepresented in the Irish arts, or who face barriers to accessing opportunities to develop their practice and work, such as, but not limited to, people who identify as Black, Brown, Asian, Latinx, minority ethnicity, or identify with multiple ethnicities. People who identify as LGBTQIA+, and as having a disability/being disabled, members of the Mincare/Traveller and Roma communities, and any intersection of these or other identities. Parenting artists who may require a more flexible support structure. This may be spread out over a longer period of time or concentrated into a short, intensive period, depending on your needs. We understand that your schedule may be subject to change at short notice and will accommodate this with as much adaptability as possible. While we regret that we cannot provide childcare, we do welcome parenting artists who may wish to bring their child or children to a workshop or a development space/session with them. There is no age limit or restriction to the age of the child/children. Access has child protection policies and procedures in place. Artists who work in with languages other than English, Should you wish to nominate someone to draft your application with or for you, please note the application should be in your name. Please tell us who drafted it with or for you, and please let us know how best to communicate with you in relation to your application. Our aim is to support artists in the best way we can within our resources to develop themselves and their practice. If we haven't listed an accommodation or support here that would help remove barriers to your application, please do let us know. We will do our best to see how we can accommodate you. What can you do on the Artist Access Playground residency? We have some suggestions. Write a new play, devise a new piece of work, solo with a collaborator with an ensemble, choreograph a new dance piece, explore a new idea, develop your artistic practice, present work in progress, seek advice or mentorship about elements of your practice that you find challenging, build supportive relationships with other practitioners. How to apply? Please send the following items either as a written document or a video or audio file, maximum 5 minutes, via Google Drive or WeTransfer if possible, to accessplayground@gmail.com on or before 6 p.m. on Thursday, the 28th of April. An outline of your idea. What are you looking to develop and why? An outline of what you would use the time and bursary for. An initial budget. This doesn't need to be too detailed, but please provide us with a basic breakdown of how you propose to pay yourself and, where applicable, your collaborators. An outline of why you particularly want to come and work in and with Access. Sample of the work or sample of your previous work. An indication of your access requirements, if any, and how we can assist with these. If you need assistance in drafting your application, please let us know. Please note, applicants must be over 18 in April 2022. Applicants may be shortlisted for an interview. Access will not be able to provide feedback on unsuccessful applicants. We may also offer non-funded support to unsuccessful applicants. Please note that travel for yourself and or a carer, personal assistant, can be covered under the Access budget. For more information on Access's accessibility, please click here. In line with our efforts to improve equality and diversity in Access, if you would like to identify as an artist from an underrepresented community, please let us know in your application. This is not essential or expected. It would help us to understand more about the artists and people we engage with. This information has no bearing on your application assessment. It is purely for internal reporting and analysis. Information collected will only be used in an anonymous fashion. In line with GDPR regulations, your information will not be shared with any third party. Should you wish to nominate someone to draft your application with or for you, please note that the application should be in your name. Please tell us who drafted it with or for you. If you have a question or you need help, email accessplayground@gmail.com to ask your questions or to request a call back. If email is tricky, please phone 01883 2148. Please note that this phone number is not always monitored constantly, so you may need to leave a message with your name and number and we'll call you back. Access Playground is supported by the Arts Council.